What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Mets Central, and today we're going to recap Game 20, where the Mets win 6-4 over the LA Dodgers, and the Mets now all of a sudden have won the series already against the Dodgers, and they keep finding ways to win, and they keep winning series. I'm not going to complain about it, and I said it yesterday that I felt like this would be a win if they're going to win the series, and then tomorrow's what I'm worried about, especially because now Glasnow's on the bump, and I was already worried with Paxton, especially because a lefty on the bump never goes well for the Mets. And then, but we'll worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Leave a like if you enjoy this video. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Bet fans, and turn on your notifications so you know I upload or go live on the channel. But it is just enjoyable watching this team right now. There's no way around it. I'm getting pumped up thinking about Jose Butto taking the bump, and unfortunately for my sake there, didn't necessarily give the sharpest outing. Gave an alright one considering the fact that he did walk a lot of batters in this game, but that's really what killed him. We'll talk about, though, the first inning. The Mets end up scoring very early, which was nice to see. Nimmo stealing a base too. I love seeing this team more aggressive on the bases, and I love seeing this team as well just be... The vibes are just different. Like, this team looks like they're actually having fun, which, by the way, I did forget to put a stolen base for Joey Wendell. I just realized. But this team, the vibes are high right now. And then Lindor would just drive him in, which it's nice to see Lindor starting to get some hits left-handed. The Mets did end up having the bases loaded. I was hoping that maybe they would get something going there. Unfortunately, though, Bader would ground out, as, you know, not every day he could be the master, unfortunately. And then, unfortunately, for the Mets' sake, Butto got into trouble, and then a leadoff double from Betts, a walk from Ohtani, and then Freeman would get a single to tie the game at 1. But Jose Butto did a good job getting out of the jam, only allowing 1 run because he's Jose Butto. But I am getting a little tired of talking about how the Mets pitchers have to get out of jams. I'd like it if they could just, you know, give some length. Give a couple more easy innings for me. I'd like that a lot more, but we can't always have it the way we want it, right? But not much really happened, honestly, until later on in the game, until about the 4th inning, where Wendell would get a single, steals a base, because, again, that's what's helping this team. They get Gavin Stone out of the game very early. Nimmo gets hit by a pitch, and then Marte would end up tying the game up, make it 2-1 with a single, and a couple innings again would go by. Bottom of the 5th, unfortunately, there was some trouble there as Butto allowed a leadoff double, and again, he had a lot of trouble. He hit Teoscar Hernandez. Tonkin comes in. I thought that was off the bat was a home run from Max Muncy, but thankfully a sacrifice fly only, which tied the game up at 2, which sucks, but still. And then you get to the 6th inning. Short with a walk, Narvaez with a sacrifice bunt. Nimmo gets hit by a pitch. They force a pitching change, and then Marte, who has been unbelievable since going back in the 2-hole spot, which I'm still shocked about because I really thought it would be better to have him further down the lineup. But whatever this lineup's comfortable with, keep it, because they're cooking right now. And Marte made it a 5-2 game. I don't care what the lineup is as long as you're winning baseball games. So keep it going. Unfortunately, though, for our sake here, Tonkin gets into some trouble. Lets the first two batters get on. Drew Smith comes in after a strikeout, walks Betts, and then allowed a single to Freddie Freeman, which made it 5-4. But Pete Alonso had a huge save here, getting Max Muncy out at first base on a ground out to keep the game 5-4. That could have made things very ugly for the Mets. Drew Smith, definitely not a great outing for him. Michael Tonkin, not a good outing yet again. I don't know why the Mets even bothered bringing him back. And again, I don't understand it. I just don't get why he's even back. But 7th inning, the Mets get the first 2 batters on, and then the next 3 go down in order because that's just the way it goes. The 8th inning, though, you have another RBI here, this time from Lindor, as he gets himself a single, and that made it 6-4. And the bullpen was nails pretty much. Well, I shouldn't say nails because you had some trouble there from Jorge Lopez, who got himself out of the 7th inning, allowed a single, got the double play. Not bad. And then did walk Mookie Betts. And then Diaz, though, got himself into some trouble, allowed a stolen bag there from Betts, walked Ohtani, walked Freeman, and then got 2 big strikeouts. And I was getting fired up, getting chills with Diaz throwing the way he was there on the bump. And then 9th inning, the Mets go down in order, and Reed Garrett getting the save. Remember when Medina got the save a couple years ago. It was those vibes, but Reed Garrett has been nails for his team. 3 Ks for him as well. Just beautiful. And the Mets hold on to win, and now they're sitting at 12-8. This team's playing with balls. They're playing with fire, and I absolutely love every single thing about this team right now. And yeah, like, even though there was some trouble there from the pitching, again, Diaz did not have it today, really, but got out of the jam. Budo didn't have it today with 5 walks and 3 hits allowed. Got out of the jam and got out of the jam multiple times, I should say, getting 6 punch outs. Tonkin, well, not great there. Drew Smith got a little help from Pete Alonso, but still gets out of some trouble there. And Jorge Lopez as well. Solid work from him. Just very happy with what this Mets team did. And I love to see a different approach with the bullpen too. I'm glad that Diaz was in for the 8th inning versus what we were seeing earlier in the year, where they would just save Diaz for the save, which that was kind of redundant, my sentence there, but they would wait to use Diaz for the save, where now they brought him in where it's the meat of the order. You bring in Diaz to get the big outs, and then you worry about the bottom of the lineup later, which Reed Garrett shuts the door. And then for the lineup's sake, Nimmo 0 for 1, which was just weird, but he had a couple walks. Alonso 0 for 5, which is unfortunate. Narvaez, which this is going to be a nightmare, to be honest with you, with Narvaez and Nito being the catchers, because Francisco Alvarez, there was a report that he will be out for 6 to 8 weeks because of a torn ligament, I think, in his hand somewhere. I forgot what it was, his thumb, his hand. He needs surgery, 6 to 8 weeks there. The catching position, which was a strength for the Mets, all of a sudden becomes a question mark, but you win a game there without that with that question mark, which is huge. Marte, great game from him. Lindor starting to get going. McNeil, another good game. Wendell even going 2 for 2, which was nice. So some big contributions from the lineup up and down. 4 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Dare I say the Mets could have done more, potentially, to even further bend them over. But tomorrow's game will be at 4 o'clock. I'm going to have a later recap because I will be at Madison Square Garden for the Rangers playoff game. I'm sorry that this went up late in general because of the Knicks playoff game. Sorry, but for now, those two get priority unless the Mets are on at a later time where I could actually fully dial in and watch the games, which I don't know if that's going to be plausible, to be honest with you, for a very long time, unfortunately. But I'm going to make sure I keep up. Don't worry. I'll be dialing in as much as possible. But thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Turn on your notifications so you know I upload or go live on the channel next. And I'll see you guys in the next one.